Good morning, Unity. If you like, stand with us because we are singing about the Spirit of God being upon us. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 Oh, I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. Oh, the world told me that I had to be good. Now I love because I want to. I love because I'm free, embraced by the Spirit. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Yes, it is. Oh, every day. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, when I pray. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of love is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of love is upon me. Oh, I don't need any party. I don't need any law. I want to sing with all my heart. Spirit is my God. Let go of my burdens. Loving all has made me free. Guided by the Spirit. Oh, Spirit of joy is upon me. Yes, it is. Oh, every day. Upon me, oh, the Spirit of joy is upon me, oh, the Spirit of joy is upon me, oh, the Spirit of joy is upon me, oh. Truth is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of truth is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of truth is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of truth is upon me. Oh.
heavy heart. Loving is wonderful. Love is ecstasy. I'm grateful for my freedom. The Spirit of God is upon me. Yes, it is. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, come on. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, yes, it is. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh.
Good morning, Unity of Omaha. Morning. My name is Elisa Choquette. It's great to be with you here on this lovely fall morning. And for those of you out in the virtual world, thanks for joining us as well. Welcome. We have quite a few announcements, actually. So we're going to run through those quickly because we have a lot of great things going on. First of all, we really want everyone to get in their membership renewals. So those are easily done online, or you can email the office and they can send you a form. But our annual meeting is coming up. So if you would like to be voting at that annual meeting and just have membership has its privileges, right? So go ahead and make sure that that is in by the end of this month, October 31st. And then a few cool things that are going on. We are recruiting for our chaplain team, and you can hold that sacred space. It's such a wonderful way to be in sacred service with Unity of Omaha. So you could contact Susan Kimball if you're interested in that. And of course, you can always contact the office if you have questions as well. We're looking for about 3 or 4 new chaplains to join our team. And we're also looking, if you're into Earth Chic, we have openings for our recycling team, and we'd love for you guys to join us on that recycling team, again, to be in sacred service with your community, with your home of Unity of Omaha. And speaking of home of Unity of Omaha, if you would like to make Unity of Omaha your new home, as in become a member, then we have a great class for you coming up. And this class is open to anybody, even if you're a longtime member here. It's great to return to our Foundations of Unity. And we're having that Foundations of Unity class that's going to start. We have the Monday night one, Wednesday days at Wednesday at 11:30, and then there also will be a Zoom option for that. And of course, we'll be doing it with safe social distancing and masks. So go ahead and check the email blast or contact the office if you're interested in beginning that class with us. And then another fantastic event, we're having our Wishing Well fundraiser for our very own Vicki Wilson. And so we would love for you to come on October 23rd between 5 and 7. It's going to, again, be a safe event for her fundraising journey, on her wellness journey, and a drive-through event. But I know that Vicki would love to see everybody and to feel that support. So let's surround her with love on October 23rd. Come on over to Unity of Omaha. And then I think finally, maybe this might be the last announcement before we go on. We have the best fundraiser ever. It's the kindness fundraiser. We have these amazing affirmation signs that you can purchase. And this fundraiser is only going on through the end of this week, through Friday. So you have to get those orders in. And part of those proceeds will benefit Unity of Omaha. But the signs are going to benefit the world, right? Our community here, because they are so positive and affirming. We need that more than ever. So whether you would love this sign in your own yard, or you have a special someone, maybe a teacher that you would like to just say thank you to and get that "you are amazing" sign and surprise them with that in their yard. So whether it's for you or someone else, please think about getting one of these kindness signs for our fundraiser. Again, it ends this Friday. So go ahead and look at all those options and contact the office. And as you may have just realized, we have a lot going on still, even as we're doing the safe social distancing. We still are an active community, and you want to know everything that's going on about it. So make sure you're receiving that email blast. If you're not, contact Vicki at the office so that she can make sure and get you on the list. And then, as always, our prayer chaplains are still here to hold you in prayer. So just email any prayers of support to them at prayer@unityofomaha.org. And if you would like to be in community with our fellow Unity of Omaha family members, then wait till the end of service and you'll see a link in the comments to the Zoom afterwards, and you can see those familiar faces. And of course, we still are so grateful for all of your love offerings to support the amazing work that Unity of Omaha is still doing and continues to do. And we appreciate you being a part of that. So, why are we doing all of these amazing things? Well, it happens to be a part of our vision. And our vision, I would really invite you to say this out loud, even those of you at home, because it's a powerful prayer and we want to bring it into reality. So, say with me, please. In oneness with universal energy, we celebrate a world united in divine love. We need that more than ever. So how are we at Unity of Omaha going to do this? Through our mission, which I also invite you to say out loud with me. We raise vibrational consciousness through creative teachings, positive prayer, and a nurturing community. Yes, we do. And speaking of prayer, Unity is grounded in prayer. It was first a prayer movement, in fact. And so let's take time to begin this day in prayer. Get comfortable where you are. Lower your gaze or close your eyes if you're comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Move into that space of gratitude. We are so thankful for this beautiful fall day. Waking up to that crisp morning air, the awakening array of fall colors. It is easy to see God's glorious co-creative energy in Mother Nature today. This change of seasons is divine order at its most beautiful, and we say thanks. We also look inward, knowing that in our own personal change of seasons, divine order is no less present. God is here. God is within you, demonstrating as you, just as in the perfection of nature. And if your own season of change feels less than perfect, and you're not sure that you can weather the storm, ground yourself in nature. Feel the grass beneath your feet, the cool air on your face, and know that what you are feeling is God. And that same energy, that same creative force is alive in you always and eternally. There is still good to be seen, even in those times of change. Let us recognize our role in being that good, with compassionate eyes to seek out those who may need comfort, with our power of wisdom to understand our role in the greater seasons of change, and to do so from our highest self. And just as we can be a good force in others, let us also remember that we are eternally a source of good for ourselves, connecting to the divine, giving thanks for what's positive in our life already, and being vulnerable enough to ask for help when needed. It's a cycle of God. It's the cycle of goodness, and it is divine. And so it is. Amen.
So we're going to ask everyone to stand for our spirit song.
Center of creation. I am a seed planted in the still a tree rooted in fullness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am a center of creation. I am complete, living in wholeness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. You know, we say that nature reflects our own divine nature, and that's why we're singing this song this month. I am a center of creation. I am a seed planted in the stillness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am a center of creation. I am a tree rooted in fullness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am a center of creation. I am complete, living in wholeness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am the center of creation. I am the center of creation. I am the center of creation. I am the center of creation.
Hello, I am Reverend Brenda, and now here is the daily word of inspiration, and this is from Terry Danter, our prayer chaplain for this week. It says, beauty can be consoling, disturbing, sacred, profane. It can be exhilarating, appealing, inspiring, chilling. It can affect us in an unlimited variety of ways. Yet it is never viewed with indifference. Beauty demands to be noticed. It speaks to us directly like the voice of an intimate friend. If there are people who are indifferent to beauty, then it surely is because they do not perceive it. This is from Roger Scruton, who is the author.
This next song, I would ask for you to put on your metaphysical thinking cap when you hear the words to this. The first time I heard it, it just gave me chill bumps. The words are extremely powerful.
God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. With no point of reference, you spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of light. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born. In the vapor of your breath, the planet every burning star a signal fire of grace. If creation sings your praises, so will I. So will I. God of your promise, you don't speak in vain, no syllable empty your voice. For once you have spoken, all nature and science follow the sound of your voice. And as you speak, 100 billion creatures catch your breath, evolving in pursuit of what you said. If it all reveals your nature, so will I. I can see your heart in everything you say. Every painted sky, a canvas of your grace. If creation still obeys you, so will I. So will I. So will I. If the stars were made to worship, so will I. If the mountains bow in reverence, so will I. If the oceans roar your greatness, so will I. For if everything exists to lift you high, so will I. If the wind goes where you send it, so will I. If the rocks cry out in silence, so will I. If the sum of all our praises still fall shy, then we'll sing again 100 billion times. Whoa. Chased out my heart through all of my failure and pride. On a hill you created, the light of the world, abandoned in darkness to die. And as you speak, 100 billion failures disappear. Where you gave your life so I could find it here. If you left the grave behind you, so will I can see your heart in everything you've done. Every heart designed in a work of art called love. If you gladly chose surrender, so will I can see your heart a billion different ways. Every precious one, a child you lived to say. If you gave your life to love them so alive, like you won again 100 billion times. But what measure could amount to your desire? You're the one who never leaves the one behind. You're the one who never leaves the one behind.
Beautiful. And the metaphysics of that song is amazing. So we know that that I am spirit is never anywhere but with us, right? So we are never left behind by the truth of that divine nature that is within all of us. So is anybody else confused about what time of the year it is or what season it is or anything else? I mean, you know, last week I had on sweaters. This week I'm running around in shorts. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. I was getting ready this morning and it's like, okay, do I put on socks? Do I not put on socks? It's going to get warm, so I didn't put on socks. There we go. So I'm glad to have those of you with us that are here in person. And I'm so glad to have all of you with us that are out there in the ethers across the country. I've seen a lot of names come up this morning that I don't know, so I would love to get to know you better. Oh, so what a beautiful Sunday to have. And honestly, this is another aspect. When we talk about beautiful, that's what we're looking about this month. We're talking about beauty. Nature's beauty reflects my own true nature. Makes you wonder about the world right now, doesn't it? What are we reflecting? So it's time that we shift that. It's time that we begin to truly reflect who we are at our core. So this morning, the title of our talk of this time together is What You See or Don't See. Because do you realize that we probably don't see more than we see? Because we're not looking. We're not open to seeing a lot of what's out there around us. But especially, we're not open to seeing what is within us. And that's the key right there. What is within us? So Webster tells us that beauty is the quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurability, exalts the mind or spirit. I love the fact that Webster includes spirit in that, because that's a big part of it. Because beauty is more than what you see in a photograph, isn't it? Beauty goes so much deeper. There are so many aspects to the beauty of who we are. So, I want to share a Bible verse with you from a book that very rarely is ever referred to. It's from the book of Titus. And in the first chapter, the 15th verse, it says, "To the pure, all things are pure, but to the defiled and unbelieving, nothing is pure, but both their minds and their conscience are defiled." And I thought that was kind of appropriate for where we are right now, for what we're talking about right now. Because do we see the beauty? Do we see the purity within each and every one of us? Do we see it within ourselves? There's the big one. Do you see it within yourself? Because if you don't, are you going to be able to see it anywhere else? Do you see the beauty of who you are? I hope. And if not, then let's work on it. Okay? Because I guarantee you, there is beauty there, there is purity there, there is love and tenderness and kindness in the core. Have some of us gone through life and piled all kinds of other garbage on top of it where it's kind of hard to see sometimes? Yeah, we have. You know, number one, that's what therapy's for. Number two, that's what prayer and meditation are for. Those are things where we need to get in there and get that garbage out of there. You know, as we talk about the three phases of mind in the unity movement, about the mystical and metaphysical aspect of that, we talk about the subconscious, or our motherboard, the place where everything, or not our motherboard, but our memory aspect. So that's where all of that crap is housed. The things that make us think that we're not that. We're not worthy. We're not good enough. We're not loving. We're not beautiful. And so as we clear that out and put new ideas in there, then we're able to get new ideas. So tell me something, is there anything that you can put into your computer that's not going to come back out? And are you going to get anything out of your computer that wasn't put in there? No, it has to be programmed, right? So how is it that you're able to see beauty in anything else if you're not programming the beauty within yourself? We can't do it. We can't do it. We can say it's science, we can say it's technology, but truthfully, it is spirituality at its greatest. It's truly understanding that what I see within me, I have the capacity to see outside of me. But if I don't see it in me, just like it says in Titus, am I going to be able to see it anywhere else? We may get a glimpse, because somewhere there's been beauty in our life. Whether we realize it or not, whether we embrace it or not, there was something, so we might get a glimpse. But it's so important for us to move into this place of choosing to see the beauty in others. Because when we choose to see the beauty in others, we begin to see the beauty in ourselves. And it won't be until then. And here's the other good piece about choosing to see the beauty in others. Because when you choose to see the beauty in others, you are helping them to see the beauty within themselves. And sometimes we need help, don't we? Sometimes we need to be reminded of the beauty within us so that we can begin to see it and say, yeah, I am okay. I am all of that and more. All that in a bag of chips, right? And before we can do, we have to do that with ourselves so that then we can see it in others. I saw this on Facebook this week, and it says, butterflies can't see their wings. They can't see how beautiful they are because of the way they just can't see it. But everyone else can. And people are like that, aren't we? So many times we can't see our own beauty because we're so busy looking at everything else. We're so wrapped up in our own judgments around everything else. And I own the fact that I have my own judgments. I own the fact that I can get caught up in the muck and the mire that's going on right now today. And I see Demore over there going, yeah, me too. And I think anybody that's within earshot of this, whether it be in this room or whether it be virtually, you have to own it too. I haven't met anybody really on this planet that can't get up in something else, get caught up in the muck and the mire in some way. Mainly because if they were that way, they wouldn't probably still be on the planet. They would have gone off into the ethers. So some of the stuff that we're trying to do, and so this is about us really being able to find that in ourselves and then help others to find it within themselves. That's what beauty is, isn't it? It's the beauty of our experience. It's the beauty of who we are. It's the beauty of the truth teachings that we share in unity. We're doing this, and it's interesting because I posted this in a minister's discussion page this week, that we were having a fun and consciousness-raising event. And to me, it's really more about the consciousness-raising than it is the fundraising. And it's the signs that we've been talking about that we're selling. And for me, the reason I wanted us to do this is because this is our opportunity to help others see the beauty in who they are. To know that they're needed. To know that they're worthy. But every time we look at these signs, we need to own it ourselves, don't we? So yes, you are needed. And so am I. That sign is speaking to me as much as it is to anybody else who sees it. You are worthy, and so am I. Because I have to recognize my worthiness before I can recognize it in you. You know, you are powerful. We see that all the time. We have wonderful opportunities to experience it. But you know what I've realized? The reason we don't realize our power and the beauty and the power that we have is because we don't slow down enough to recognize it. Or we just blow it off as something that happened. So here's an example. And I won't go into a whole lot of detail other than sharing that a couple of weeks ago, I've got yard signs in my yard. And one of them blew away. And I was seeking an opportunity to get more. And I found a gentleman here in town who, out of the goodness of his heart, he had a credit with a printer. And so he had a bunch of these signs printed up. And so I went and I got a new sign, and we got to chatting and talking about this and about that and made a connection. And he's like, well, what about this? Do you want this sign, or do you want this, or do you want a flag? And I'm like, okay. And I'm going, okay, I don't know why I'm saying yes to this flag, but I know that I'm in the midst of manifesting for something or someone. And so I did the sign, and I gave some stuff away and all that, and I'm still carrying this flag around in my car. I'm okay. This morning I walk in here, and I'm not going to go into great detail, and we were talking, Elisa and Brenda and I were talking, and Elisa said, we can't put up signs in our yard. And I said, can you put up flags? And she said, yeah. And I said, you want one? And she said, yeah. So guess what? We powerfully created 2 weeks ago an experience to share with somebody else who didn't realize, but they were having that desire. Isn't that great? Now, we could have just zoomed through that, couldn't we? We could have just, oh, well, here, go by. But if you pause and you take the time to go, okay, when he offered me that, I said yes, but didn't really know why. But it didn't matter, did it? Just the fact that I said yes opened the doors for someone else to have a greater experience. I invite you to say yes. Yes to being powerful. Yes to the fact that you deserve happiness. Because you know why? You do. And so do I. Is there anybody on this planet that does not deserve happiness? No. Some struggle worse than others to achieve it, but everybody deserves happiness. You know, it's important for us to know that you have what it takes. It's another one of our signs. You have what it takes, and you are awesome. I have what it takes, and I am awesome. And when I see that in myself, I'm able to see it in others and support that growth and that opportunity in others. When I see it in myself, I'm bringing that to life in the world around me. If we had 10 awesome people and sent them into a room with another 90 people, all socially distancing and wearing masks, how quickly do you believe that the entire room would begin to understand how awesome they were? It wouldn't take long. Especially if the 10 that went in who knew that they were awesome and decided to say yes to living in their awesomeness also said yes to helping others discover theirs. 10 converts to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to 1,000,000. That's the kind of pandemic I want to see. The pandemic of beauty and us knowing it and seeing it and being the spreaders of it. A pandemic of love, of empowerment, of affirmation. Because we are holders of beauty. We are spreaders of beauty. And this is something that's important for us to remember and recognize. And so there's another sign that I want to show you. There's a bunch. And I posted on the feed the link if you want to go to the link. Those of you that are in this room, if you don't want to go to the link, we have some order forms outside at the table. And either Brenda or I'll be happy to, or Elise will be happy to show you that. But this other sign that I want you to make sure and know, and I think this is one of the most important ones, because it combines gratitude. Gratitude and an affirmation of that in others. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for saying yes to your greatness. Thank you for saying yes to your awesomeness. Thank you for sharing that and helping others to see it. For that is why we are here. That is why we're walking this planet, is to be the spreaders of that energy, that consciousness, that information. And I say thank you for being you. And so why don't we take this, and as we affirm it one more time, nature's beauty reflects my own true nature. That of beauty, that of love, that of harmony and peace and joy, that of power and gratitude, that of consciousness raising. And let's take this time and bring that into a time of meditation, a time of deeper understanding. And so if you would, just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself by settling in and taking one last swig of coffee before we go into this. Taking a few deep breaths. And breathing in to the beauty, to the truth of who you are. In that gentle consciousness, affirm, yes, I am needed. Yes, I am worthy. I am powerful. I deserve happiness. I have what it takes. And I am awesome. And as we know those truths for ourselves, as we know them and we claim them for our good, then we are able to image those that we love and care about in our minds. And we're able to send them the notion, the idea, the truth that yes, they are needed. They are worthy. And speak that to them as you hold their image in your mind. You are worthy. You are powerful. You deserve happiness. You have what it takes. And you are awesome. And then as that final piece, as you're imaging those faces and speaking those things to them in your conscious mind, thank them for being who they are. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being kind and generous. Thank you for being worthy. Thank you for being loved and loving. And let's come back to our own consciousness, because we can never affirm this for ourselves too much. And I invite you to claim these things for yourself as I speak them. And please use I am statements. I am needed. I am worthy. I am powerful. I deserve happiness. I have what it takes. I am awesome. And I am grateful to know these truths about myself. So I'm going to invite you to move into a few moments of silence as you allow those truths to just fill every aspect of your being in silence. And as we begin to bring our focus back into this time, this place, we begin to allow the awareness of our surroundings to come back into focus. We do so in that consciousness, in that energy of all that is beautiful within us and within the world. And we commit to the journey of seeing and affirming the beauty within and around us. And it is with gratitude that we anchor these thoughts, that we anchor this experience in that energy of divine love. And so it is. Amen. So thank you all for being you. Thank you all for being here, whether it be physically or virtually, because it is such a blessing. So now is the time. Now is the time that we would typically have our sacred walk of abundance. And in that time, typically what happens is you come forward and you bring your tithes, gifts, offerings, investments into this ministry, into what we are doing. But since we're not doing that right now, we have a goblet at the back of the room and affirmations back there for those of you that are present. We have unityofomaha.org and a donate button for those of you that are at home, or you're welcome to send your gifts into the ministry. And for that, we're grateful. And for that, we're blessed. And so in this demonstration of prosperity, I invite you to say this new affirmation with me, because this is where it's anchored. I embrace the beauty of my being, and I share that beauty with all creation. And there it is. So folks, would you take us in with a little music?
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you.
Okay. And so I drew us an affirmation. And so our community affirmation for those of you at home for this week is, I wake to new appreciation of myself and every being. How appropriate is that? Isn't that wonderful? And I'll post a picture of that after services over on our Unity of Omaha Facebook page. So let's bless the tithes, gifts, and offerings that we know are flowing in and through this ministry. We fill them with those affirmations of love, of beauty, knowing that as they move in and through this ministry, they move out into the world carrying that consciousness and that energy. And for this, we are grateful, and so it is. All right, so are you guys ready to do the prayer for protection? You guys ready? Now, I want to hear you, okay? I want to hear those of you at home. So shake the windows. The light of God surrounds me.
I am that light.
The love of God enfolds me.
I am that love.
The power of God protects me.
I am that power.
The presence of God watches over me.
I am that presence.
Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Have a blessed week, and don't forget to order your signs.